So I thought I would give you guys an update on my truck. Let me make sure we're good over here. If you didn't hear, like Thanksgiving Day, I was driving to Iowa. I was like 10 minutes from my parents' house, and on the side of the road, my truck broke down. And just to skip a whole bunch, I had to get the transmission replaced in Iowa. I had to leave my truck in Iowa. I had to borrow my parents' car. I had to come all the way back to Cincy in my parents' car, 6 hours away. Like days later, the transmission was fixed, which is great. I got it fixed by a local place. I drove almost all the way back to Iowa, swapped cars out, got my truck back, drove it back home, had it for a week, brand new transmission, $4,500, and it started making a noise. This is like this past Friday. It starts ticking and clicking and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just went through this whole process. If you've ever gotten a car repair, first of all, they suck. You know, a couple, like $100 here and this. I feel like those don't happen enough. It's always well, this is going to be an $1,800 thing because this thing costs this much and all this. And, you know, transmissions are expensive, but that's like a Mac Daddy fix. And then all of a sudden it started making noise just 3 days ago with a brand new transmission. So I took it into a shop. I went to this guy, Professional Auto Care in Blue Ash. His name's Mark. Fantastic. I brought it in on Monday at 8 a.m. And by 10 a.m., he's like, we took a look. And he goes, you know what the problem was? You know why I was making all this noise? He goes, your brand new transmission that they put in, for whatever reason, I don't know if they overlooked it, what happened, on one side of the transmission, it was leaning into a part of the truck called the bell housing. And I don't know what that means, but the bell housing was hitting the transmission and it was making the clicking noise. And do you know why it was leaning into the bell housing? Is because 7 out of the 9 bolts on the right side were loose on the transmission. I don't know how that happens. I'm sure it was an oversight. Everybody I dealt with from my hometown in Iowa were great. And I would recommend them to anybody, but it's just like, oh, man. So this local shop in Iowa, they're going to refund me for the repair cost from yesterday. It wasn't much. It was like $100. It was great. But I had this little thing working behind the scenes. So basically, let me first of all say my truck is running. I have it. Knock on wood, we're good, right? So then behind the scenes, I had this little nugget of information that I found out that my truck was covered under a lifetime powertrain warranty, which I know that they go over these things with a fine-tooth comb, you know, but technically it would have covered my transmission. So I submit the claim, and they're like, we need all your maintenance documents for the past 3 years. We need everything, oil change, everything you've ever done. I'm like, they're going to get me. And I sent it to them, and within 30 minutes, they wrote back, and they were like, yeah, so you didn't get your oil changed every 6,000 miles. There were a couple I went like 7,500. And then you didn't get your tires rotated every 6,000 miles. Your Grover's in here. Grover's heard me already complain about this like 5 times, and he told me, you're probably going to tell me just to get over it.
What are we on, Facebook Live now?
Yeah. I was just giving the whole truck up.
It's making him feel better being able to vent to you and bitch about that he's not going to get his transmission paid for, but the rules are the rules. I told him,
Shut up.
I said they're going to be sticklers. They're going to be very exact on you have to get your oil change at the right amount of time and get your tires rotated, so don't be surprised. But this is going to make Jesse feel better bitching to y'all about it. So let him get through it, and then we'll all move on with our lives. I'm just borrowing the tape. I'll be right back.
Thanks. So that's true. Actually, on the actual piece of paper, they're like, you got to get it done every 5,000 miles. I'm going to bitch for another minute or so, then I swear I'm done. No, seriously, the whole thing's comical.
I'm just going to put the tape back on. Sorry. That's all. I'm done. Bye.
Anyway, but for those that have asked, the truck is fixed. It's running. All is good. And obviously, I'm trying to have some fun with this whole thing and the whole thing's kind of comical that this has happened to me. Just a string of bad luck. It's classic me. These are the things that happen. But I have a truck that runs. Everything's bolted into place. I'm not going to get refunded for the transmission. Do you rotate your tires every 6,000 miles? I do it every 8,000 or 7,000 or whatever it is. Whenever I go get the oil change. Because I get full synthetic oil and whatever. Like Grover said, rules are rules. Anyway, that's the update. All fun and games. I really hope I have no more problems in the meantime. But if I do, don't worry. I will tell you. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See you later.